record. Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the Diesel Nation team call. It's September 15, 2015. We have special guest, Becky Brossett. I'm super excited because she's like my idol in all aspects of the word. So I'm going to just get right into it. I'm going to tell you who Becky is, what she's accomplished so far in her 5 years as a coach, and let her we're going to do an interview style with questions, and she's going to answer them. And I hope you guys take great notes because she has like lots and lots of wisdom and knowledge to share with us. So Becky, as I mentioned, she's been a coach for 5 years. She's full-time. She has been full-time for over 2 years now, correct? Yeah. Yep. So she is the mom to Chase, Jake, and her fur baby, Roscoe. Yeah. They are 3 adorable boys. She's married to Larry, who's super awesome too. And they are just like great yin and yang to each other. Their marriage.
Thank you.
And they know how to party.
Yes.
Even though Becky is in the hammer and chisel test group now, she's still super awesome. She's on point. She's super consistent with everything she does, and that shows in her business and in her life. And she's also the co-founder of Diesel Nation, which you should all know already. She's 15 star qualifying and should be officially starting next week, which is amazing. That's so awesome. Congratulations. Right now she's 14 star diamond in her first CBC. She's 3 star in her second CBC and diamond in her third. So she's just raining diamonds over there. And she's a 3-time elite coach. She's a Success Club 10 All-Star legend, and she was inducted into the Millionaires Club a couple months ago. So congratulations, Becky, on all your amazing achievements. I know it took a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and a lot of work, not just on yourself, but developing into an amazing leader and helping your coaches reach their goals first and putting them first. So thank you. So I will get right into it. So how did you get started with Team Beachbody?
So I'm not going to go way into the story, but I have always loved to work out. It was always been my passion. And when I had my sons, I couldn't go to the gym anymore. When people say that there's no time, like I really figured like my husband would leave work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had nobody to leave my kids with. So there was like no option. My best friend introduced me to P90X, my best friend Elaine. So it started there. I started as a customer, and I got amazing results with P90X, then Insanity. So for 2.5 years, I was like the Beachbody person, screaming Beachbody all over Facebook, but I wasn't even a coach. So one day, the business just landed in my lap. Like, I really believe that timing is everything, and things happen for a reason, and you're at the right place at the right time. All those things happened that one day when I made a comment on the Insanity fan page, and I signed up like 4 days later. And honestly, I signed up to make money. I've always been an entrepreneur by heart. My sister and I, since little girls, we sold lemonade, and we sold avocados, and whatever we could get our hands on, we sold. We sold gym clothes. So it's always been in us to be go-getters and to think outside the box and to go and work hard for what we want. So when I signed up, I hit the ground running. I mean, I didn't even know what a discount coach was until maybe 2 years into the business. I wanted to make $50 a week because I had 2 babies. They're 16 months apart, so they're both in diapers. I had a nanny that was here to take care of them while I was at work. It was costing us an arm and a leg, and we were strapped. And even though we both made really good money, we didn't have extra money. We were like this. It was really tight. So anything to help with diapers was gonna be a plus. I could tell you at the beginning, and I don't know how long you guys have been into the business, but I actually made a video about this the other day. I figured I'm gonna sign up, and since I've been talking about Beachbody for so long, I'm just gonna have a line of people waiting to buy from me. Well, that didn't happen. My first sale came because my sister got me the first sale. And then I didn't sell anything else for a whole month. And I doubted it. I doubted the business. I doubted myself. Is this something that I can do? And all during that time, I was like that little engine that could. I was posting and I was talking to people and I was doing even though I didn't know it, I was doing all the things that we tell you to do now about friend requesting, talking to people, messaging people, posting consistently, working out consistently. I was doing all those things to push my business forward. And then in one moment, it all turned around. The sales started to come. I started signing coaches because I laid the foundation and I built the momentum early on in my business to get the ball rolling for me. So that was how I got started in the business. And that was in July of 2010.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. And thank you, Chase and Jake, for being in diapers and helping all of this come to fruition. Because if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for Danny,
absolutely,
none of this would have panned out the way it did. So
it all leads back to them. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so number 2, what was your big aha moment, or what happened that made you really see and understand the opportunity with the business?
All my aha moments, and I'll have 3. I have 3, but the first one was at our first Super Saturday. I know my sister had an aha moment there. I did too, and they're all related to events. So you'll get the theme here that going to events are super important. My first Super Saturday, it was like my eyes were open that, wow, this is like a real thing. There's actually other coaches in Miami. Like, wow, I'm not the only one. It was really, really cool to see that the Super Saturday presentation and to see the Atlantis trip that was in 2012. And I got really excited for that. When I went to my first leadership event, I was a year into the business. I was a 1-star. And at that moment, I realized, wow, like this is like real for real. Like people are making money. Like there's people who've left corporate jobs. They're moms that are now stay-at-home moms. And I couldn't grasp it before, but when I saw it and I talked to the people and the leaders at that time, I realized, why not me? I can do this too. And I want to come home. As soon as I got back from that event, that was in October of 2011. I came back and my kids were really little at the time and they were having events at their preschool and I couldn't go. They were having Halloween events and I couldn't make it because I had taken off time to be at leadership, and that pissed me off. And I was like, I made the decision when I got back from leadership that that's it. Like I was going to make this a business. I was going to grow it because the goal was to leave my job. The third aha, which was the biggest one, was at Atlantis. And even though I had decided to grow the business and I knew I wanted to retire from my job, I had not taken the steps to make it happen. And it wasn't until Success Club trip that I realized that I needed to go from the me mentality. Everything was me, my sales, my rank, my this, until I realized that I wasn't acting as a leader, that I needed to shift the attention from myself and my points to developing other leaders in my team. That's when the magic happens. Like I was already driven, I already was consistent, but I wasn't. As soon as I turned on the switch of being a leader and empowered my team to grow, that's when things started to really take off.
Thank you. Sorry, I just have to chime in here. So 3 things that I really took from that response is, number 1, belief in the company, which Becky said she was a product of the product even before she started coaching. She already loved the company, loves what it did for her, and then going to live events and really seeing that this is real. It's hard sometimes to grasp it, especially at the beginning when you're first starting out, because everything is virtual. Unless you live nearby your coach and you get together, or you're close friends with someone who you sign up on your team, we might not see each other very frequently. I haven't seen Emily in probably 20 years, So, but it's a way of, connecting people and bonding and really coming together and realizing the mission. And when you're at those live events like Super Saturday and Summit and Success Club trips, you really get to feel and see what it is that we're doing and how we're helping people and just growing those friendships with others. I have so many new friends and family that people I consider family because of Beachbody. And then number 2 is belief in yourself. Like Becky said, she went to that convention and realized, okay, other people are doing it, why not me? There's nothing different about them. We all start off as coaches. We all get the same training. It's what you do with it and how much time and effort and consistency you put into it is what you can make this. And then believe in others. So believing in your team, believing in your coaches, believing in your customers, and really giving yourself to them and helping them and serving them and being there for them, that will make this all work.
That's right.
Number 3 is, what core activity did you engage in that has grown your business the most?
Oh, that's hard because there's so many, but I think one of the key things is being consistent. And that's consistent in everything. It's consistent in my fitness because I'm hardcore into fitness. That's my thing. Like, that's my real house. That's what I love. So when I'm dialed in and consistent with my fitness, my business is on track too. And I just show up, and even when I don't want to. And we talked about this last night on the call. Melissa talked about consistency and showing up. I mean, as we all have things and life goes on and things come up and kids get sick, but I've never, disappeared for a week because of something. Like, maybe I'll need to take off a day, but I'm back to work the next day. So being consistent is the only way to gain traction in this business. I think you have to invest in yourself and learn the skills. And that's something that I did since the beginning, even though there were no tools like there are now. Like, guys don't even know how lucky you are to have like Coach Basics and all that stuff. I didn't have any of that. I had a little bit of support from my coach who didn't know much because he was 21 years old. I found whatever tools I could. I would get on other people's trainings, and I would find stuff in the Coach Online office. Whatever I could get my hands on, I did it on my own. And that's something that you have to have within you, is not waiting for Paulina to tell you what your next step is, or me or my sister. You have to take control of your business. You are the CEO, and you need to make the decision. What am I going to do this month? And that's something I think I've done since the beginning. I've been the CEO of my business every single day. I've done things. I've made decisions. I've decided when something's not working, I'm going to change it. And now I'm going to learn something new, and I'm going to try something, and I'm going to put myself out there. I'm not stagnant. I'm not waiting for someone to tell me to change something. I take control and I make it happen. And that's something you have to have within you. I know that's not a specific answer because that's kind of hard, but being consistent on social media, learning how to post on social media is also important. So you have to invest time in yourself, in learning the business, and then working on, maybe not even working on things that you think are not your strong suit. Invest time in the things you're good at and make it better so that you can really blow it out of the water.
Amazing. Amen. Thank you. Okay. So number 4, looking back, would you have done anything differently when starting out?
That's a hard one. When I read the questions, I was like, I don't know.
Or is there something you wish you would have known starting out that you know now, or like throughout these past few years that would have helped you?
Maybe what I wish I would have understood more would have been placement at the beginning. I mean, I knew placement. I knew you go right, left, but I didn't know strategy. Nobody taught me that, and I wish I would have maybe invested time in that. Another thing that I just thought of, which maybe I shouldn't say it, but I probably should have researched who I was signing up with. That.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
But I didn't. I didn't know. I just went for it, and whatever, it worked out. Obviously, it worked out because I was going to make it happen no matter what. It's up to you to make it happen. No matter who your sponsor is, no matter where you're placed, it's up to you to make it happen.
Great, thank you. So number 5, how do you promote your challenges, your business opportunity calls, sneak peeks? Do you have any tips for getting people engaged and interested? I know you mentioned that being consistent on social media. Is there anything you do specifically now that's really like bringing in traction to your business, or how you've reached out to your warm market, and now I'm sure you kind of tapped out of that. So how do you approach your cold market?
Social media is super important to me. Facebook is what I like the best, but after Summit, I committed to Instagram, and I think it's working. I mean, I'm posting consistently. I think some of the tips, some of the things I do now is like, I don't specifically mention any products when I announce a challenge group. It's very vague, and I welcome you to go to my like page or my Instagram, and you'll see that I don't mention 21 Day Fix. I don't mention Shakeology. I just start out with a group of questions or issues that I know women in my age group are probably dealing with. And then I say, well, here's the solution. I have the solution for you. But I don't mention, I just say 30-minute workouts at home, a nutritional shake, very, very vague portion control system. And I let basically the intro questions, the issues that people may be feeling, captivate their attention. I also use a picture of me with some kind of quote on it. I don't do collages. I have a coach on my team that tells me straight up, like, stop doing that. So whatever she tells me, I'm like, I change it. So now it's just a picture of me with a quote, and it doesn't mention dates. It doesn't mention products. It just highlights issues that people in your age group are probably facing at this moment. If I can give you a recommendation on a book that really captivated the way that I post and the way I think about posting, is Start With Why from Simon Sinek. It's a great book. He talks a lot about Apple. And if you read that book and you realize how Apple markets itself, it doesn't push products. It pushes the why, because people think that if you own an iPhone, you're cool. It's because that's the way they market the company. It's on purpose. They don't even talk about the products. That's the way we need to market ourselves. Why do people need you? Why do they need you as a coach? It's not because of the products. It's you have to sell yourself. You're selling you and your services. And that is something that takes time to learn. But if you implement it correctly, it works, because you're speaking to people at a level that they can understand you, not just selling them products.
Amazing. I love that last point that you made about that you're selling yourself, and that you're the coach. You're branding yourself, because honestly, there's over 300,000 coaches in the network. They can sign up from anyone. They can order from Amazon. They can, just go to beachbody.com and order it. You have to position it in a way that they need you to make this work. And
exactly.
By being consistent on your social media all the time, showing up to your workouts, showing up with your Shakeology and drinking, and clean eating, and just being that inspiration and motivation daily, and showing them that you're doing it and that it's working and you're helping other people do it. That's what gets them captured into this, and like shows that you're credible and that they can trust you because you're doing it and they want in on it too.
Like, I'll give you an example. Today, I had a new coach that I signed a couple weeks back. She's doing really well, and she calls me out of the blue. And she's like, couldn't wait to talk to you tomorrow. I had to tell you. So she's in my Coach Basics group, and I am like pounding it on there, like over and over. Use the scripts. You got to post your selfies. And she told me, she was like, I took the weekend. I was like, I'm not going to post. That's what she told me. She was saying to me, I'm not going to post a selfie, and I'm not going to post my pictures because I'm embarrassed. And finally something clicked. I made up some kind of video this weekend that I guess spoke to her, and she said, screw it, I'm going to post. Well, she called me to tell me the amount of people that have reached out to her because she's real. She was a couch potato that is now moving. She's relatable to women who are in the same situation. She's not me. She's not trying to be me. She's her with the same. She's posting in a way that she's relating to women who are stay-at-home moms who have maybe lost their way in fitness, and people are paying attention to her because she's being consistent and she's making changes. So you got to really hone in on who you are and what you bring to the table. Don't try to be someone else. Just be you and what you have to offer your customers and potential coaches.
Exactly. Awesome. Thank you. So do you have any systems in place for onboarding new coaches and training your team in general? I already know the answer to this, but you can kind of
yes.
get out there again.
So You guys all have access to these donation resources. I hope that you're using it, because I'm going to say it like 1,000 times. In the donation resources, you'll find my new coach checklist. So as soon as a coach signs up, I send them that checklist. It has a series of things that they have to do and videos that they have to watch. I don't get on the phone with them until they're done with that checklist. And what that does is avoid questions that have come up in the videos. It saves everybody time. It gives us a chance to have a good conversation on the first GSR. Once that's done, I get them in the Coach Basics. I am currently using Coach Basics 2.0, which is the latest. I love it. I think it's amazing. I'm adding my own flair to it by making videos. That's my new thing. I don't even want to post something. I'm just gonna make a video, because I rather the coaches hear me and hear the passion in my voice. So I'm adding my own flair to that, and it's working. So that's what I've been doing. I do a lot of background work, like one-on-one. I like to talk to the people who are actually doing well and mentor them. That's always been my strong suit. Doing the big group thing I don't like it. I get uncomfortable. It's too many people. I lose track. I'm a little bit of a control freak. And when I don't know what people are doing, it makes me nervous. So I rather speak to people one-on-one, but only the people who deserve my time. So they have to earn it. They're hitting Success Club. They're doing the work. I see that they're posting. And if I see that they're passionate and they're really gunning for it, they're gonna get my time. So that's usually how I do it. I don't really have a complicated system, but I think that finally we have something that works, and starting it with a new coach checklist is a great foundation for your new coaches.
Thank you. All right, number 7, how do you balance your business along with other responsibilities such as another job, family, home, social life, etc.?
Good question, Paulina. I've never been the best at time management. I'm right now in the midst of, formulating my calendar and trying to balance my family, because I know that they're the most important, and I quit my job for a reason. So I can't work this business 24/7. When I was working, though, for you guys that work, it was a long day, and I made a ton of sacrifices to build this business and to retire in 3 years. I mean, I was up at 4:45 in the morning so that I could work out at 5 o'clock. I was posting in challenge groups before I took a shower. I was, rush, get the kids, and I was dropping my kids off at school at 7 o'clock in the morning so that I could be at work by 7:30. I would work in the car. I would work at lunch. I would make phone calls while I was going to meetings. Any time. And this is obviously not the best advice about balance, but when you're working a job, you have limited time, and you gotta find time wherever you can. And I didn't waste time while I had a job, because I couldn't. I had to come home and be with my family. So my kids would go to sleep at 8 o'clock, and they knew it because mommy had to work, and I was doing this for them. So it was a very, very strict, my days were strict, and they were filled with activities, but the goal was that I showed up every day. I was consistent. I was doing the critical activities, the challenge groups. I was posting. I used Hootsuite. For those of you who don't use Hootsuite to post, schedule your posts, please start using it, because it was a lifesaver for me. And then I just kept showing up. I mean, right now I'm establishing a schedule, and when work is done, I'm just gonna have to log off, and I'm gonna have to train myself to disconnect, because I can't affect my family. I need to be present for them too.
Was all the sacrifice and hard work worth it?
Yes. And I did talk to my family. They were on board. Like, we had a conversation. Even though the kids are little, they understood. I had to tell them, you have to go to sleep now, because I have to get on a call. I'm doing this for us. And yes, if you really want this, you're going to have to sacrifice for some time in order for the greater good, to push yourself a little harder, to get pushed into that goal. You're going to have to make sacrifices. I would be lying if I said that you wouldn't have to make sacrifices.
Thank you for sharing. Do you have a favorite personal development book or audio?
Start with why is like one of my favorites. It just because it spoke to me. I'm not the greatest reader in the world. Right now, I'm just addicted to Tony Robbins and Les Brown on YouTube. And I just work and I just put my earphones on and I just listen. And I listen for key things that they say that strike me. And I'm reading this book. I think you should all read it. It's amazing. The Power of Self-Discipline. It's great. It's great for your fitness. It's great for your business. It's great for your life. Because to succeed, the secret sauce is being disciplined. So if you struggle with that, read this book. It's amazing. And I'm doing that with my husband. We're reading in the morning. He's reading a different book on leadership. Actually, John Wooden's Leadership. That's a great book too. So.
Thank you. So what's one action you recommend we do right now to help us move our business forward?
Wow. Write down your goals. Since I've been on the kick today of writing down goals. Definitely this book says it. I'm going to find it. Hold on. And I said this in a video today that I made actually on my fitness page. Before I was a Beachbody coach, I had a very successful job. I was a senior estimator for a construction company, which means I used to crunch numbers and put together prices for projects. And I never set goals, ever. I mean, I knew I had fitness goals and I knew that I wanted to be ripped and whatever, but for my job and for my life, I had never set goals. And when I came into this business, I started setting goals. Early on, I had a little notebook that I took from a little notepad from my job, and I would write every month, September 2015, success of 5 by this day, success of 10 by this day. Every month I would rewrite all the same things, be the best leader I can be, find more people like me. And then I would start writing my team one by one and write their points. And I would keep track of everybody's points. I would write income goals. I would write rank goals. How was I going to get to those rank goals? Who was in the pipeline? Every month I would rewrite these goals, and I kept it in my iPad so that every time I opened my iPad, I had to look at the goals for that month. And looking back and after reading this chapter on goals today, I can see that it increased my chances of success, because every day I would look at those goals and I knew that there were action steps that I needed to take to hit those goals. And I was actually delineating everything without knowing that I was doing it, but that's what I was doing. And I was setting myself up to succeed. So having clear-cut goals, you can do short-term, weekly goals. Let's do quarterly goals and then yearly. And you need to learn how to track that, break them down, and just it's in your head, know how you're going to get to those goals. And let me see if I can find that thing.
No, that's great. Thank you.
It says the tragedy is that most people think that they already have goals, but what they really have are hopes and wishes. However, hope is not a strategy for success, and a wish has been defined as a goal with no energy behind it. Goals that are not written down and developed into plans are like bullets without powder in the cartridge. People with unwritten goals go through life shooting blanks because they think they already have goals. They never engage in the hard, disciplined effort of goal setting. And this is the master skill of success.
That was pretty powerful stuff. So yeah, write down your goals right now.
Every month.
Yes, every month. And like Becky said, quarterly goals and your yearly goals, even, if you do a 5-year plan, 10-year plan, start thinking about those, because the only way you're going to get to work is if you know where you want to go,
That's right.
Okay. And last question, what are you most proud of?
I have to say my life as a whole. I'm proud of everything in my life and everyone in my family and my kids. But watching Diesel Nation that started with me, and now, I mean, we're quickly approaching 10,000. It's just like, I can't believe it. It's just, amazing how in just 5 years, this has just exploded and it's exponentially growing. And I'm really proud of the fact that our team is like a family. because I see how other teams are, and we're the complete opposite. We're a family. We have a beautiful culture. We care about each other. We go to bat for each other, and that right there is more. I'm proud of that more than anything about this business, is the fact that we have a beautiful team.
I agree. Thank you so much. I hope you guys had amazing takeaways and wrote down some great notes. I don't know, we only have 6 more minutes of the call, and I'm just going to kick us off. If anyone has a quick question for Becky, I know she needs to hop off like really soon. Unmute yourself. If not, then we will end the call. And thank you again, Becky. Like I said, you're like my idol in all sense of the word. The way you run your business, the way you run your family, the way you are committed to yourself and your journey. You're like the epitome of consistency, which is great. And a lot of us need to really hone in on what we want and just taking those consistent actions and doing them.
Yeah, you have to know. You have to have a very clear picture of what you want for your life in order to take the steps to achieve it. Well, if nobody has a question, I'm just going to tell you, I posted in Diesel Nation today the updated link for Diesel Nation resources that has the Hammer and Chisel launch plan. Please read that. Now is the time to take action on that, on the launch of Hammer and Chisel in December. I created my own schedule, my own hybrid for it. You can do hybrid groups. You can do Body Beast groups. You can do 21-day fix groups. It's pretty much, I'm running one now. It's starting on Monday, and some people are doing a hybrid. Some are doing just Beast. Some are doing just 21-day fix, and that's completely fine. The point is to help them get results and get them ready for Hammer and Chisel to come in December. The launch plan is amazing. I got it from Barbie Kalev. And it's pretty thorough. It has a lot of information. So I would definitely, if I can encourage you to please take a look at it and understand it and then implement it. Because there's time right now for you to start advertising a group for October 5th. That would be the next great time to start one of these groups.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Yeah, Christina. Yeah.
I have a really quick question. I'm just curious, with the success that you've had, Becky, and where you are now, and I know you're talking a lot about what it took to get there, but, how many hours a week at this point do you put into maintaining and keeping building and all the things that you do to keep working towards new goals?
Yeah, I've been working a lot. That's why I have to get on a schedule. I would say I start working around 9:30 a.m. and I'm working till like 5:30. It's a pretty full day. Like tomorrow, I have all calls. I have only 30 minutes to eat tomorrow. I'm not going to have a voice tomorrow night. I have calls all day till 2 o'clock when I pick up the kids at school. So, yeah. And last Friday, I did take a day off. I took all Friday off. I was like, I'm not working today. I'm going shopping with Larry. And I need to start doing that more for myself because I'm going to burn myself out. It's just like I feel so energized right now, and I want to help, and I want to be engaged, and I want to do so many things. So it's like, it's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah, I'm definitely not backing down now. There's still more for me to do with this business.
And that's like just proves like her commitment to the team, because Becky has all the resources she needs to just, go in the back corner, relax, hang out, take a break, and kind of just, enjoy the benefits of what she's created so far and putting in all that blood, sweat, and tears for the past 5 years. But she's not backing down. She's not stopping. She's continuing because she wants to help continue to develop the team and help everybody grow and help everyone reach their goals. So
yeah, now it's seeing other people rise. Like, how can we help other people rise? And that's one of the things why I created the Diesel Nation resources, because we didn't have anything like that. We need everybody to use it and keep passing it on, because it's scripts, it's basic things that duplicate down your team. You hand it to your next coach and then they use it, and it keeps on duplicating. Everybody's using the same tools, growing their business. That's the goal now. Is not, I make good money. I want other people to make as much money as I do. I want to see other people living the life of their dreams. It's not about me anymore. It's about helping other people get to where I'm at.
Thank you, Becky. We have 1 minute and 30 seconds. So I love you so much. Thank you so much for your hard work.
We're the shy girls.
Yes,
making it happen.
yes. Becky is like super introverted, super shy, and now she speaks like on stage in front of thousands of people, and it's just like
I'm gonna speak at leadership.
How exciting! Congratulations.
It's like not public. I can't even say it,
Okay.
but
Nobody's saying. Well, thank you again. I appreciate your time, and I hope everyone got some amazing takeaways. I'm going to end the call now. Have a great night. And if you have any questions, post it in our team page. And then let's kick butt. We have 14 more days.
That's right.
To earn Success Club and really be consistent with our businesses and our own journeys. So
yeah, man, there's a big prize this month. Success Club 5. You get $300 worth of fitness products. It's goal time. Make it happen.
It's go time. Let's go, guys. I love you all. Have a great
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, Becky.